That time again for Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM. Your daily sport on radio. Time to take a look at some of the stories we have going round in the world of sport. From the NBA, good news: Golden State Warriors are through to the next round. For the fans of Golden State Warriors, well, I know a couple of them, and they'll be excited right now after Golden State Warriors defeated Denver Nuggets and they qualified for the next round. Same with Milwaukee Bucks, who defeated Chicago Bulls this morning, and it was Giannis Antetokounmpo who led them to that particular victory. And despite the big performance coming from Nikola Vucevic, that was not enough for the Bulls to get that win. And both Golden State Warriors and of course Milwaukee Bucks, remember Boston Celtics, also through to the next round of the NBA playoff. We'll talk about that on the program this afternoon. And just to let you know, some matches were played yesterday in the Nigeria Professional Football League. We'll give you the result of those games plus how the standings look like. For those asking where Shooting Stars rank on the log, we'll tell you their rank on the program this afternoon. And most importantly, in the UEFA Champions League, the game played at Anfield between Liverpool and Villarreal. That game ended 2-0 in favor of the Reds. And we'll talk about this game extensively and how important that game is for Liverpool. Going to the second leg, in Villarreal. We'll talk about all of that. Remember, today we'll have some games coming up in the Europa League as well, the Europa Conference League. West Ham have a day today, and of course Leicester City, two English sides, both have a game today. And Leicester City will be up against AS Roma, while West Ham will play host to Eintracht Frankfurt. All of that we'll talk about on the program this afternoon. It's Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM. This is the sport headquarters in southwest Nigeria. I am Kenny Bandili. Welcome on board. Just to let you know, you can be a part of this program. When the time is right, I will open the studio line so you can call in and contribute as to some of the stories we have for you this afternoon. But right now, you can put down the studio lines right now: 0916 104 7698, 0916 104 7698. You can as well call 0811052647, 0811052647. You can as well call 0902 2809257, 0902 2809257. Those are the lines to reach us this afternoon. When the time is right, I will open the studio line so we can talk about all of the stories we have for you. Remember the Champions League, that is all we'll talk about extensively on the program. Welcome once again. I am Kenny Badley. I've got the sports maestro Samson Amutajero right here with me in the live today. He's going to be taking a microscopic look in some of the stories we have this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, the sport maestro.
Alright, good afternoon to you, Kenny, and it's good to be here. The throwback edition of the show, very exciting, the Thursday edition. Yesterday we saw how that team, Liverpool, came out en masse, and they came out against the defeat, of course, the conquerors of Juventus, and of course, talking about Bayern Munich. They came out on them, and of course, it was 2-0 in favor of Liverpool. That first goal, the own goal by the defender, it was a deflection. I think Jordan Henderson was trying to, just give a cross, a nice cross, and it was deflected by the defender, and that would fake the goalkeeper the wrong way. I sent him the wrong way rather, and he couldn't get the ball. And the second goal, sumptuous finish from that man, Sadio Mane, and that beautiful pass from the defending, of course, one of the best players in the continent of Africa and of course in the world as well, talking about Mo Salah. We've seen exciting football from the English side defeating the Spanish side, the big Spanish side. And let's see how the second leg is going to pan out. And tonight we have one of the biggest games in England. Chelsea is going to play against Manchester City.
United.
Manchester United. It's going to be a fierce one. Although both of them are going to be without some players, Chelsea are going to be without some of their key players who are currently out injured, and it's really something that Thomas Tuchel is really talking tough, saying some of my players might not be there tonight. And Liverpool, Chelsea too have not really been in the best form. Same with Manchester United. So it's going to be like the battle of two teams who are trying to get themselves back in shape. I remember the third spot is still up for grabs for Arsenal, because Arsenal they're just about a few points away. Arsenal are a few points away from Chelsea, and meeting them up at the moment. So a lot to actually talk about in the world of basketball. Like you said, Golden State Warriors through to this next round, and looking at the other team too who are through to the next round. Some other teams too. Brooklyn Nets. Of course, Brooklyn Nets are off. They are not even.
Boston Celtics.
Celtics are through to the next round, and it's really something that we need to actually look out for. Well, Sixers too against the Raptors. It's another game that we need to look out for. But it seems the Pelicans are really standing against the Suns. They are giving them a run for their money. It's still 3-2 in favor of the Suns. Hope it's not going to be a shocker, because if it ends 3-3 in this, the sixth game 6, it's not going to be.
Game 7 is all to play for. All right, that's the voice of the sport maestro Samson Amutajero. All right, without further ado, let's get down to business. Let's talk about the National Basketball Association. Alright, talking about the games played this morning in the NBA, both NBA superstars Steph Curry and Giannis Antetokounmpo demonstrated their talent once again by leading their respective teams to series-clinching playoffs wins. This morning, Curry scored 30 points in his fourth start for the playoff as Golden State Warriors and their place in the Western Conference semi-finals. The Warriors won 102-98 against Denver Nuggets, securing a 4-1 victory. Antetokounmpo scored 33 points as Milwaukee Bucks beat Chicago Bulls, and the Bucks earned a 116-100 win over visiting Bulls to reach the Eastern Conference semi-finals, where they will play Boston Celtics. Curry, who has been recovering from a foot injury, made 5 3-pointers, 5 rebounds, and as well 5 assists. He also setting up a Western Conference clash with Minnesota Timberwolves or the Memphis Grizzlies. Right now, let's talk about this game between Golden State Warriors and Denver Nuggets. At first, when we saw this pairing, of course, you expect it's going to be so tough. Win one, win the other, 3-2, 4-3 kind of end. But that wasn't the case. It was Golden State Warriors who dominated all through, even though they dropped a game in the 5-game series. What do you think as to this game, and what is really making this Warriors team, tick so well?
Well, I think the return of Stephen Curry has actually elated the team, and they are really back to track again, trying to do what they know to do best. And they got Klay Thompson, got a couple of players who are really, really very good. And a couple with Stephen Curry coming on into the game, scoring 30 points in the first. He has scored series of points in this playoff. The first 5, he has scored more than, he has given double digits on each of the series. That shows that he's one of the most important players that they got in GSW. So he has proven to be one of the best. and is still, one of the best as we speak at the moment. And there's something about Steph Curry dropping 5 3-pointers. That's just one of the least that he drops. But it seems he's just recovering, and his recovery didn't really stop him scoring 3-pointers from even distance. That some players, unimaginable spots, positions where he scores those points. That has shown that this man has he has not just only grown, but he has matured in his games. We see the way he has moved. I've watched him closely, and I've seen how he has been able to transcend from that player that you used to know as just a dribbler to someone who scores points for free, and of course the best in the NBA as we speak right now when it comes to 3-pointers.
All right, now looking at the pairing, they could be facing one of Minnesota Timberwolves or Memphis Grizzlies. Now, if it's going to be Memphis Grizzlies, what do you think they should do, in that particular? Because you're going to face a Grizzlies team that even if they are playing without Ja Morant, they play so well. A team that's got Desmond Bain in it, a team that's got other young players, who have got great pace, really, they show a lot of zeal playing this game. Do you think if Golden State Warriors face the Grizzlies or Minnesota Timberwolves, which one of these teams do you think will give them a big run for their money?
Well, for me, I feel the Grizzlies are going to give them a big run. Timberwolves, yes, but then not a good match for them. I feel the Grizzlies are really, really, especially when Ja Morant is there. You see the way he plays his game, so different. And this team is a compact team. They are not a team that deals with just an individual players. They deal with it's a team player. Team work that they do. So you can actually guarantee that when this team plays against GSW, you're going to see the best. You're going to see best of basketball play. But this time around, I think a lot of work needs to be done by GSW. They need to gel up themselves, do a lot of work in their defense, even though they are very, very good at the attack. But then their defense must be intact, because if they really attack them on that defense, they are not really going to go out the way they ought to. But by and large, GSW might still get to the finals.
Okay, then we'll get to the finals. Let's take a look at the other game featuring Milwaukee Bucks and their opponent from Chicago Bulls. Yeah, that's the opponent for Milwaukee Bucks. Now, they're going to be up against the Boston Celtics. And this is going to be a cracker. Boston Celtics dumped Brooklyn Nets 4-0. Clean sweep. Now, they are facing a tougher team. The Bucks and Brooklyn. This is a team that, they are the defending champions, first of all. This is a team that they have, the top 5 best player in the league in their team. That's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Do you think, the Boston Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks game, do you think even before the game, it's looking like the Bucks have that edge?
For me, I think that should have been the final of the final. Both teams meeting at the semis ought to be at the finals, because the Boston Celtics,
the conference finals.
Definitely. This is a team that has really shown class. A clean sweep against the big side. When nobody gave them that nobody saw that coming, and I'm sure nobody could have placed his money on it to say they're going to drop.
I supported Brooklyn Nets for that one.
I know you did. But so you can't really put your money on Brooklyn. On Boston Celtics,
yeah,
against them to say they are going to defeat them. But at the end of the day, it was a clean sweep. There was no stain at all. So it was a clean sheet for them. And for me, looking at it, they have been able to teach. Milwaukee Bucks are going to come out smoking right now. They know what they've done to that team, and they are not going to give them that opportunity to do the same thing they have done to what's it called now? The team they actually defeated 4-0. They wouldn't, want to wait for them. So they want to do all they need to do to defeat this Boston Celtics. But guess what? Boston is going to be ready for them as well. It's not going to be a clean sheet. We're going to see 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2. That's the way we're going to see it at the end of the day.
Okay, that's how we're going to see it at the end of the day. All right, let's move away from the NBA right now and talk about Nigeria Professional Football League stories. Looking at the games played yesterday. For those just joining, you're on to Total Sports on Ibr92.5FM, your breakfast sport show on radio. And right now, we just talked about the National Basketball Association, the games played this morning, letting you know that Golden State Warriors and Milwaukee Bucks are through to the next round. Alright, taking a look at the game played yesterday in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Kano Pillars at home defeated Sunshine Stars by a goal to nil, and Katsina United against Abia Warriors. It was a 2-1 victory for Katsina United. The sport maestro for Kano Pillars this victory very important. Remember, they were 3 points deducted from their point because of fans' violence, and they lost to Shooting Stars. They lost. They've dropped some games lately, and it's not really helping them right now. Don't you think this win against Sunshine Stars is actually important for Kano Pillars? And imagine Kano Pillars getting relegated from the MPFL this season.
Well, I can't even imagine that because it's really it's just like having saying that Chelsea or Arsenal or Liverpool are out, or I mean relegated. It's uncalled for. This is Kano Pillars is like that team. The best you can't. If you want to date it back to about 4 or 5 years ago, you would say Kano Pillars are one of the best 5 teams in the whole of the NPFL. But right now, they are swimming in relegation waters. They're trying to come out of it. I hope they are not going to sink at the end of the day. They've won the game right now against Sunshine Stars. And Sunshine Stars are not really relenting as well. But then ever since the departure of that Benga Gumbote from Sunshine Stars to Remo Stars, I think Sunshine Stars have not really been able to get themselves. They've not been able to put themselves in order. So a lot of work needs to be done for Kano Pillars to have defeated them. Although Kano Pillars are home, playing in the comfort of their home. So it's something they need to work on. A lot of work must be done. Sunshine Stars, it's not just about the Kano Pillars, but for me, I think Sunshine Stars needs a lot of work to do.
Sunshine Stars needs a lot of work to do. Right now, Kano Pillars move to 17th without victory, and they are on 26 points on the log. And close to them is the Akada FC, Katsina United and Abia Warriors all on 27 points, which means if Kano Pillars wins their next game, then they'll be out of the drop. So they can try as much as possible to escape the drop this time. For Sunshine Stars, who lost to Kano Pillars, they are 7th on the log. Maybe not too much worries for them because they are in a comfortable situation and not being involved in a relegation battle. Alright, for those asking, where is Shooting Stars on the log? Shooting Stars presently are 11th on the log. Remember, they won their last game against Eyimba, People's Elephant, a 2-0 victory in that particular one. That shows how that shows how good they were in that particular one against Eyimba. Alright, let's move away from that and talk about this one concerning another MPFL team, and it's Rivers United, because the head coach for the team, Stanley Eguma, says fatigue after long distance journeys have affected his title chasing team. Right now, Rivers United are on top with 55 points, 4 points separating them and Plateau United, who are second. The coach, Stanley Eguma, is saying fatigue has affected the team and they are still on top. Now, he's complaining despite the fact that they are still doing well in the league. What do you call that?
I think it's just a mind game. It's just a way of saying that, well, we could have actually done better, but now it seems that some players are some issues are coming up. Players are getting injured and all of that. But mind you, this is a team that is doing well at the moment. But now they have some players deficit, owing by injuries, deficit and all of that. But then, as it stands, this is just a gospel. It's preaching a gospel to everyone now that just in case we lose our next game, you guys shouldn't, don't kill us with your criticisms. Don't begin to throw us tantrums and all of that. Some of our players are out injured at the moment, and it's just a clarion call because we're seeing Plateau United coming from behind. It's just how many points separating them? Just 4 point difference. So if they lose any game and Plateau United wins, it's going to be 1 point separating them, and anything can happen. Once they sleep, it's off. So I think that's the reason why he's clamoring for it and saying, well, we've lost some couple of players to injury, and nobody should blame us just in case we lose any game.
Okay, that's it concerning the MPFL right now. Let's see Alpha Rivers United can actually go in their quest to win the title this season. Alright, let's talk about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. High expectations as draw ceremonies for the Women AFCON can hold in Morocco. Well, Nigeria is among the few countries with all-encompassing interest as it draws for the ceremonies for this year's Women's African Cup of Nations and qualification series for next year's African Nations Championship to be held in Morocco on Friday. That's tomorrow. The Mohammed VI complex in the North African Kingdom has been scheduled to host the glamour event, which will bundle the 12 teams qualified for the 12 Women African Cup of Nations into 3 groups of 4 teams, and also divide the teams entered for the 7th African Nations Championship into pools of qualification series. 9-time champions and cup holders Nigeria have been picked as leaders of Group C, with host nation Morocco at the top of Group A and Cameroon heading Group B. The 9 other countries qualified to participate are Burkina Faso, Burundi, Senegal, South Africa, Togo, Tunisia, Botswana, Uganda, and Zambia. Nigeria won the Women AFCON titles in the year 1998, 2000, 2002, 2004, and also in the year 2006, 2010, 2014, 2016, and 2018. The 2020 competition was obliterated by COVID-19 pandemic. Equatorial Guinea won the competition in 2008 and 2012, but have lost their venom and dazzle in the past few years and failed to reach this year's finals. The draws for the Women's African Cup of Nations set to be held tomorrow. We all counted down for that big one. Nigeria right now in Port B. They are actually the first team in Port B. Port A, there is Morocco, the host nation. Port C, there is all Cameroon there in Group C, which means other teams like Togo, South Africa would be fixed into these groups tomorrow. What are you seeing? Imagine Nigeria up against South Africa in the same group. That is another rivalry between these two. What are you seeing, ahead of these draws?
Yeah, well, I just hope that Wardrum is watching and is doing a lot of work on these ladies. I've seen improvement so far. They've been able to defend their title over time. They've done 13 times. They've won the title ahead of every other. I think the only team that came close should be should have won it 5 times, but Nigeria's won it 13 times. That shows the supremacy they've got over all the teams in Africa. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead to win this title again. They've got a couple of players who are doing well abroad. A lot of them are doing well. Asisat is there. A lot of good names. I'm trying to remember their names right now. They've done so well in their teams, and they are scoring goals, they're scoring braces, scoring hat-tricks, and they are not resting on their oars. So if this team can come together, and I also remember that the former captain of the Super Falcons will be back this time around to actually do to support the team, to make them feel in their place, let them come back to their place again. Paranoze is returning to the team, and it's really, I feel a lot of work will be done, and this team, they are going to come out victorious this time again, because they got to all it takes to win.
Yeah, they're actually going to come out in flying colors. That's our prayers. Remember, it's the Nigeria women's national team. We want them to do well, want them to win the Women's African Cup of Nations and also dominate the world scene, and we hope Coach Randy Wondrop will be able to do this with the team. Alright, we're moving at lightning speed this afternoon. The program is Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM. Right now, I want to talk about the scorecards of Nigeria players abroad. And this one is a story concerning Sadiq Umar, who has refused to close the door on a possible return to Roma following a stellar performance in the Spanish Segunda division. Now he's saying he's open to a possible return to Roma. This is the club that he once upon a time played for. Do you think it's ideal for Sadiq Umar to do that?
Yeah, he's overstayed. The place where he knows how to play better is in Roma. And going back to Roma, he should be ready for a challenge. Tammy Abraham is there. Some other players are still there who can actually give him a run for his money. So if he's going there, he should improve his game. Tammy is scoring week in, week out. I think he's one of the best strikers they've got at the moment. So if Sadiq Umar is going there, he needs to be on top. He needs to improve himself. He needs to be able to hold on to the ball, and he needs to be stronger, because Tammy is a big, he looks a kind of skinny, but he's a very strong player. So he needs to do a lot of work. His ball control, his finishing. Remember at the AFCON, the poor performance that we had to an extent at that game against Tunisia, where we saw a couple of chances that we couldn't convert. He got some couple of chances that he could not bury. So he needs to work on his ability to score goals. I mean, without stress.
He's scoring goals. I mean, do you think he needs to work on that again?
He needs to work on it. His finishing is a bit poor. Finishing when you of course we've gone past defenders and all of that. When you're faced with goalkeeper, you should be able to put the ball at the back of the net. So it needs an improvement in that area.
All right, it needs to improve in that area. Talking about one-on-one situation, that's what the Sport Maestro think of Sadiq Umar this afternoon. All right, this one is the series desserts. This guy is sounding so confident, and he's telling us why defenders are scared of him. Well, the desserts will be looking to increase his goal tally when Feyenoord lock horns with French side Olympique Marseille in the Europa Conference League 4-leg clash tonight at Feyenoord Stadium in Holland, but admits he's been a target of opposing defenders following his heroics in the competition. Desires is the competition joint top scorer with 8 goals along with England striker Nigerian is Tammy Abraham, but Nigerian edges AS Roma star on the log, having provided 2 assists while Abraham has none. After failing to score in his first 3 appearances in the competition, Desires turned things around, scoring all of his 8 goals in his last 7 appearances in the league. The Nigerian has been one of the most influential players in the team, having scored 42.1% of the club goals in the competition, which has put opposing defenders on alert. Now, should we be talking about bringing back a disaster to the national team? Because this guy is scoring.
Well, every one of them is scoring. Desas is scoring. Tammy isn't coming to Nigeria. Desas is scoring. Sadiq Umar is scoring. Iheanacho is scoring. Odionju Digalo is scoring. Quite a number of them, they are all scoring goals. So it's not a problem to say whether he's scoring goals or not. But then the consistency is what we should ask. Is he really consistent? Is he giving us? Can he give us that consistent? Osimhen is scoring. That man at Genk too. Talking about, I'm trying to remember his name right now. The tall man is scoring goals. Onuachu is scoring goals. Many of these players are scoring goals. So if it's about scoring goals, we have lots of strikers that are scoring goals. But what do we need? We need consistency. We need character, and of course, we also need team play. So if he's got all of this, why not? He should come to the Super Eagles.
All right, if he's got all of this, we should bring it back to the national team. That's what the Sport Maestro thinks this afternoon of Series Desserts. All right, let's move on right now. It's still sport on Ibr92.5FM. All right, just to let you know, the phone lines are officially open right now. And let's talk about, the Champions League game played last night between Liverpool and Villarreal. What a game that was. 2-0. It ended in favor of Liverpool. And Liverpool scored 2 quick-fire goals in the 53rd and 55th minute. 1 own goal by Estepinian. And Sadio Mane got the second goal for Liverpool. Let's talk Champions League this afternoon.
Nights of European football over decades. And here could be another. It's England versus Spain part 2 in this season's Champions League semi-final lineup. And a match even half as entertaining. Little shimmy from Thiago and a nice ball clipped in. It actually caught Diaz and Mane a little bit by surprise. Salah, Henderson across the face. Rooney was struggling. Rooney's been beaten. And it's the captain of Liverpool, Jordan Henderson, who's caught us all out. Salah puts it through, and it's poked past Rullian in by Sadio Mane. 1 becomes 2. Now it's a different tie, and now it's Liverpool's to lose. Well, the dynamic duo strike again.
Alright, Liverpool are in control of the Champions League semi-final after an emphatic 2-0 victory over Villarreal at Anfield. The home side dominated throughout, overwhelming Villarreal with their speed, intensity and quality. Villarreal's defensive excellence pursued Liverpool at times in the first half, even though Jordan Henderson and Thiago Alcantara hit the post. But That was a good one coming from Liverpool. Anderson cross deflected in off Pervis Estupinian, and in the 53rd minute, 2 minutes later, Sadio Mane poked Salah's clever pass into the back of the net. Alright, phone lines officially open right now. Let's talk about the Champions League game played last night. 0916-104-7698, 0916-104-7698, or 0811-052-6487, 0811-052-6487. You can as well call 0902-280-9257, 0902-280-9257. Remember, this program is also live on Facebook. Go on to our Facebook handle, facebook.com/IBR95FM Ibadan. Alright, let's see our first caller on the program this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm Finance Benefit. I'm calling from Oluwala.
Alright, you're welcome to Total Sport this afternoon.
Yes, sir. I just want to comment about Liverpool yesterday.
Alright.
I was very excited with their scoring yesterday.
Are you a Liverpool fan?
No, I'm Chelsea fan. Just that I was happy with their own scoring yesterday. And I wanted to predict about our game, Chelsea Man United today. I'm very sure we are winning them by 2-1. Yes, sir.
Alright, so you think United will win tonight?
No, Chelsea, we are going to win them by
Chelsea
2-1.
Chelsea will win. Okay, you're going to win them. Alright, thank you very much
Yes,
for that
sir.
word.
The sky is blue.
Yeah, that's a very good Chelsea fan there saying he enjoyed the way Liverpool played yesterday. Thumbs up to you, Benedict, for that particular word. Well, at the Sport Maestro, let's talk about the game last night at Anfield. Liverpool against Villarreal, 2-0 first leg. What's your take?
Yeah, it's a good one. Although the rain couldn't allow us to see the game completely.
Yeah.
The network
Fans
issue
complained
about
about that one. Sorry, let me see who's on the line here first. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tony. How are you?
I'm doing very fine. Good afternoon to you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Right, okay. Obi from Mududu.
You are welcome to the program, sir.
Yeah, it's just from Amutajero.
You never walk alone.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. I was so happy yesterday. And it gives me a very peaceful night. You see, the thing is this. We are already in the final, and I'm anticipating the class between us and Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid will knock out Man City.
Okay.
So that's it. But don't worry, the cup is for us.
The cup is for us.
Please, I'm not sure for me that let them know that we are taking that cup. And that we are still on the wonderful team.
Definitely.
Have a nice day, my boy.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir, for that one. That's a Liverpool fan saying that.
I know you're gonna be very excited. So
let's see who's on the line here. Hello.
Sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Patafi
Alright.
Isayo from Bagi.
Alright, you're welcome to Total Sport.
Yes, sir. This match today,
Okay.
the Chelsea will win my.
Chelsea will win. Score line.
Yes.
What's your score line? 2-0 for Chelsea. Alright, there you go. Saying Chelsea will actually defeat United tonight. Well, United are pretty unbeatable. Even shouldn't start. If United are not careful, shouldn't start to beat United right now with the way they are playing.
No, I don't agree that Manchester United is that not important.
Well, but they're struggling.
Well, they are. Every team is struggling to a certain extent. Arsenal once struggled. But
Okay. Before I get your opinion fully on that, let's pick this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Paul.
Paul, welcome to Total Sport this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller.
Oh, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the program.
Yes, I'm really enjoying
Which
it.
club do you support?
I support Manchester United.
Why do you have to think before mentioning United? Is it because of their present form? You are thinking before mentioning your club?
No, why you just a disgrace? I just disgrace.
Disgracing. All right, thank you very much. So, what do you have to say? The Champions League game played last night.
I enjoyed the match, but I expected Villarreal to at least get a draw or something because me, I don't like Liverpool.
Oh, you don't
as
like
a
Liverpool.
United fan.
I love the fact that you are saying the truth. You don't like Liverpool, but you were disappointed
Ah,
yesterday.
Yes, I expected United at least get a goal or maybe two or something.
Taking it to the second leg, right?
Yes. And for United today,
Tonight, okay.
I'm expecting them to get a slim win.
A clean win.
Slim one, maybe
Slim
1-0.
Remember this United
maybe,
team lost 4-0 to Liverpool, 3-1 to Arsenal. Can they get a slim win?
yes, I know, but in the last 3 seasons, United have always beat Chelsea.
All right, wow.
At least, so I think United should get a slim win. One thing, a controversial goal, anything.
Any goal, own goal, any goal, all goal now go. All right. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
that one. Yeah. Okay, so the Sport Maestro, let's talk about the Champions League game last night, Liverpool and Villarreal.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, the game was disrupted by the rain to an extent. We couldn't do some certain things, and we couldn't watch to an extent. It will go, it has to do with the weather, network issues, and all of that. But at the end, we could see the highlight. The highlight was, could suffice. However, looking at the game, just like the last caller said, I thought Villarreal are going to give Liverpool a run for their money, but then in just space of 2-3 minutes, all their efforts were thwarted by the 2 goals that were scored.
All right. Let's pick this score. Okay, we lost that. You can go on.
So it was actually thwarted. So I felt they could have given, but then the fight I expected them to give, they didn't give it. Perhaps when they get home, their fans are going to cheer them up. Remember that when you get to Anfield, the noise is so much that sometimes, if you're not careful, if you're not a professional, you could, start playing what you did plan for.
Let's pick this score. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. What is your name? What's your name and where are you calling from?
Comrade Abu Joseph.
All right, Mr. Chelsea, welcome to the program.
Yes, concerning the game last night, I didn't expect anything more than a win for Liverpool. Anything that will happen that will cause Liverpool to win this triple A will be a joy to me. Because I don't want Guardiola to near that Champions League.
Why?
I don't want it.
Why?
Yes.
You
Already
don't want
he
him.
won the Champions League. He has done Premier League Performance League because he won the league back to back. So, okay, I don't want him. So anything Manchester, I don't want anything success for them. As long as they stay, I'm happy. Yeah. So concerning today's game, anytime you have high chest, you have much expectation for them. That is when they will fail. So I'm not putting anything much on them. Let's see how it goes tonight.
Wow,
you guys are doing a good job.
You are a pragmatic Chelsea fan. All right, thank you very much for that one. Saying that he doesn't want Manchester City to win the Champions League. That's a deep one. Okay, let's see who is here on the line. We have Bila, of course, on the program. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
From Akubo.
Yeah, your name again?
Ridwan from Akubo.
Ridwan from Akubo. How is Akubo this afternoon, Ridwan?
Fine.
All right, let's talk about the Champions League game last night, Liverpool Villarreal.
I didn't expect that. I was expecting like 2-1. Like Larissa actually scored 1, but it wasn't good.
Okay. Are you a Villarreal fan?
Yeah?
Are you a Villarreal fan?
No.
Okay.
But I don't like them.
All right. So tonight's game, Chelsea United. What do you think?
Chelsea won, my 0.
Oh, so victory for Chelsea. All right. Thank you very much, Ridan, for that one. Okay, let's take this call again. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
KB, this is Prince Chachi from Apata.
Oh, my brother. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. I thought you would have asked that man what exactly he has against Guardiola. It's not against Man City. I know he has an animosity against Guardiola, so you should have asked him.
Well, maybe if he calls back, I will.
I hope he will not hang himself if Guardiola wins the cup.
No. That's not possible. That's not possible. Thank you very much for that one. Let's be careful with the words we use. Nobody's thanking his herself. He's just giving his own take on that one. All right. So tonight, Premier League, Chelsea against Manchester United. But before we move into the Premier League game tonight, let's look at the semi-final. 2 games, first leg played. The first game was Manchester City against Real Madrid. The Sport Maestro, City against Real, 4-3 in the first leg. Who is going to the final?
Well, it's going to be a very tough one. No one can tell what's going to happen. Remember, Benzema is talking tough at the moment, saying they're going to hit it hard. They're going to pay for it when they get to Estadio de Bernabeu. They're going to pay for it. So I saw the disappointment in the face of Pep Guardiola when Mahrez missed those 2 glorious chances that could have been. By now it could have been like 4-5. Could have been like 6-4. 6-3 or thereabout. But then he couldn't convert those chances because they were glaring chances that he had 2 options, either to score himself or could have passed the ball over.
So
to
City will go to the final?
Well, for me, City all the way.
Remember they're going away from home against Real Madrid?
Yeah, they are. But City all the way.
Okay, before we talk about the other game, let's pick this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Paul calling back.
All right, welcome back.
I want to ask a question.
All right, go ahead.
Is Bruno a world-class player? Because this season, he's just giving me a date.
Okay, that's...
I don't know how to ask that.
Okay.
And is Pogba also a world-class player? Because of the way he used to perform in France.
Okay.
So I want to, I need your opinion about this.
All right, thank you very much for that question. That's a very deep question right now. And, okay, so the Sport Maestro, who is a world-class player?
Well, a world-class player, there's something that they say that a lot of people actually talk about. A world-class player, you talk about performance, you talk about the player's quality, and, one of the best in the world. But for me, I feel there's something that they usually say, that, temporary. I said, form is temporal,
class is permanent.
So the class is what we call the best of player.
Okay, now I understand where it's coming from. Bruno has been rubbish, if that's correct. This season, Pogba has been so poor. Now, does that take away the world-class status from these players?
Well, for me, I without any sentiment, I wouldn't put Bruno in the class of world-class player.
Seriously?
I'm sorry.
When he joined, he scored free kicks, scored different kind of goals for them.
For me, let me give you my own stats.
All right, go ahead.
Now, the reason why I've said that is this. Now, if you're a world-class player, what you would do for me is that when it comes to big games, you rise to the occasion. I've never seen Bruno risen to the occasion. When he plays big teams, you don't see him. You see his shadow. I mean, when he played against Manchester City, you don't see him. Played against Chelsea, you don't see him. Played against Arsenal, you don't see him. Against Liverpool, you don't see him. Those Tottenham Hotspur. Now, these are the big teams in England. So, if you can't shine against these teams, I don't classify you as a big player.
That's a deep one. I'm sure some United fans out there will disagree with you that Bruno is not a world-class player.
Well, it could be whether he's playing against West Ham United, against Everton, against Leeds United, and Sheffield. I mean, he's scoring goals against them. Okay. But when you don't play well against big team, I don't classify you as a big player.
All right, that's the Sport Maestro. That's his take, Paul. That's the answer to your question right now. Well, okay, the other game, Liverpool through, right?
Yeah. Well, for me, I think it's a wrap. 2-0. In favor of Liverpool.
Don't you think there is soccer in the game of soccer? Anything can happen.
There is, but the Liverpool side is not a side that are not without defenders. They've got quality defenders who are not injured. The four lines. I mean, the four defense lines. They are all intact.
Yeah.
So
even the reserves.
I mean, the reserves are there. Gomez is sitting there. A lot of these players are
Simicas for Roberti.
A lot of them.
For Van Dijk.
So these are players that can actually come and I saw what I really respect. That man yesterday, Jurgen Klopp, he has monitored and watched the clips of this Villarreal
Yeah,
side.
what he did,
and he explored their
Weakness.
their weaknesses. That was what he did.
Now, he never gave them space, even from their own end.
Exactly.
Choked them.
And when I saw the lineup, I saw Coquelin playing from. I mean, what is Coquelin coming there to play from the flanks? Does he have skills to play from the
That's the
flanks?
former Arsenal man.
I mean, no, a typical Coquelin plays as a central midfielder. I mean, as a defensive midfielder, not even a central midfielder.
But now he's played in that position sometimes this season, and he's been doing well. Don't you think it was because Coquelin faced a strong Liverpool side?
Yeah, well, if Coquelin is playing against a Liverpool side, Liverpool are not new to him. He's played against them many times.
Sure, in the Premier League.
So if you are playing, you should play him in his best position, which is in the central.
So your finalist is Man City, Liverpool.
Well, it could be.
All English final.
All English affairs.
Wow,
this time
that's
again.
going to be a cracker.
Well, but it's going to be very difficult for Manchester City. Trust me.
They're going to play.
It could go into extra time,
Yeah.
even in penalties. So it's going to be very
And
tough.
Liverpool will also give it a big fight.
Yeah, of course. Villarreal too. They are not going to rest.
Definitely.
They are not going to rest.
Okay, let's see what we have here before moving
Hello.
to the Champions League. Hello.
Yaku from Olukomeji.
All right, welcome to Total Sport this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so you want to talk about the Champions League?
No?
Oh. Okay, sorry. We can do it. It's Total Sport. We are talking sport this afternoon. So if you are calling in, please be sure of what you want to say. All right, the sport match. Let's move away from that right now and head straight to the game between Chelsea Football Club and Manchester United. That's a big game today. Let's talk about the games to expect today in the English Premier League. Is Chelsea against Manchester United. Ahead of that game, the coach for Chelsea Football Club, Thomas Tuchel, spoke on the availability of some of his players, and here is what he has to say ahead of the game tonight.
Koba will still be out, Ben Chilwell will be out, and Callum will still be out. Tony was in training yesterday, Tony Rüdiger. The same for Reece James. So we have another training coming, and hopefully they can do the full training and give us a green light. So we have hopes that they can be in the squad and play tomorrow.
Coach for Chelsea speaking on the availability of some of his players. Of course, no Chilwell, Kovac also would miss out in the game. Do you think Chelsea can stop United tonight?
Well, for me, both teams are not really feeling fine. They've got a headache.
So what's the nature of their sickness?
I think it's malaria. Both of them. Both teams are really not in good shape at the moment. But if you ask me, from the last few games that they've played against each other head to head, Manchester United have actually edged Chelsea so far. And the last game they had was in November, and they played a whole draw. That was 1-1. They played out there. So tonight it could be a draw as well. It might be a draw, either a 1-1 or a 2-2. I wouldn't really know, but then I foresee a draw between them. It could be goalless, it could be 1-1, and it could also be 2-2. But I do not really see anybody coming out triumphant between both of them tonight.
So you're looking at a draw.
Yeah.
Are you trying to judge it from their present form?
Of course, the present
but
form.
Chelsea won against West Ham on Sunday.
Doesn't really matter. This is Manchester United, and remember,
now
there's this rivalry between these two teams.
Okay.
So you cannot take away rivalry from football. Even if the team is poor in performance, when they see their rivals, they rise to the occasion.
All right. Before I ask you this question, let me read out the studio lines again so we can pick a couple of calls. Talk about the Chelsea United game once more. 0916-104-7698, 0916-104-7698, or 0811-052-6487, 0811-052-6487. You can as well call 0902-280-9257. Now, looking at both teams, of course, similar situations in terms of form, but somehow, don't you think Chelsea have that edge over United? Because United lost 4-0 to Liverpool 3-1 to Arsenal. For Chelsea coming from the back of a victory. Don't you think they have momentum on their side?
Yeah, they've got momentum, but like I said, it's just like when you want to play Merseyside derby, you want to play London derby, you want to play. That's just the way Chelsea Man U is. It really is. These are two sides that really they fight. If you check their last 3 games, Manchester United have Chelsea have really had the edge over them. If you look at it in July 2020, they won by 3-1 against Manchester United. That's Chelsea winning by 3-1. In October, that's in 2020, they played a whole draw, goalless draw. And in 2021, 28th of February, they played goalless draw. And in 2021, the 28th of November, they played a 1-0 draw. So they've had the edge in the last 4 games against Manchester United. But then this time around, but you want to look at it at overall. Yeah. Overall is really ridiculous because they played 172 times. Chelsea has won 50 times. Manchester United has won 67 times and they've played out 55 draws. So it's really, they were way ahead of Chelsea when it comes to head-to-head stats.
Right now, they are not ahead of Chelsea.
They are not. Now, because
now it's easy to come up with those stats, history, head-to-head, but we have to talk about the present.
Well, the present has been in status quo because they played a whole draw. In the last 3 games, it has been 1-1, goalless draw, and goalless draw. So you cannot look at it, goalless draw 1-1, and the last one, this is the one they are to play now. So I am equally foreseeing the draw.
All right, we've got a message here on Facebook coming from Benson Bochum. Say, good afternoon, guys. Manchester United will beat Chelsea by 2-1. Benjamin Solomon from Olodokuta. All right, thank you very much for that one. All right, before we pack our bags and leave, what is your final prediction for that game, this sport match?
Well, 2-2.
Oh, you said the draw. Okay, well, Chelsea fans, some of them said Chelsea will win, and the other a draw for Chelsea. Maybe let's see how it goes.
Ronaldo is going to get a goal.
You're so sure about the goal scorer?
So sure. He's going to
can you put your money on that?
I can put my money on it. He's going to get a goal.
If you're putting your money on a United player, you are, it's serious.
He's going to score.
How sure?
I'm very sure.
All right, no problem. Let's see. Don't worry, I'll get back to you tomorrow. But no, this night after the game, I'll get back to you if he scores or not. All right, thank you very much for coming to Sport Match.
It's always a pleasure being here.
All right, to wrap on Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM. Join us tomorrow for another edition of the program. Remember, AM Sport comes up 7:30. The AM Sport is your breakfast sport show on radio, while Total Sport is your daily sport tonic on radio. A big ups to my studio manager DJ Scotty for doing a fantastic job, and the man that put us live on Facebook doing well over there is Bro Olusola Jao, for that fantastic job. I am Kenny Bamble signing out.